everybody was having a bad time. I mean, there's no madly in love in that group last night, in my opinion.
They're all like doomed pretty much.
Yeah,
There's red flags on all of them.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like to me.
Let's start with Niles, I guess. He's just taking whoever's advice he can get. Like, he doesn't know what the hell's going on.
Well, I think they could be done.
Really?
Well, he didn't like the fact that she's telling him he has to buy all this food, and then his substitute parents are saying, no, this is just a small ceremony. You don't need to do any of this. So he thinks she's taking him for a ride.
His substitute parents.
Well, that's what
Yeah, that guy.
Mr. Ark. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a substitute dad.
He's like, I'm your father now.
Yeah, and they walked away holding hands. And he told them, you don't have to do any of this.
Yeah.
And so poor Niles is all mixed up. He's, maybe he's had girlfriends before, but he's just crazy about Matilda. But now he thinks she's taken him for a ride. And it ended where we don't know what's going to happen. No, I don't either. But she may be done with him, too. She was not happy. Did you notice? No one was happy in that of those two.
Yeah, I felt bad. You could tell he was like trying to process what was happening in his head.
Right.
I couldn't even tell you.
No, he's got to go home and have some distance and figure this out. He thought he gave her the ring. That would be a good enough promise, but it doesn't seem like it is. It's like, you got to marry her. She's not going to wait for you. If some other guy comes along, she can marry him. Didn't you get that? That's what I heard.
Maybe. You know what was funny though? When Mr. Ark was talking, Niles said something like, Matilda told me to do this. And Mr. Ark says, don't listen to women.
Yeah, don't listen to women. And she wants to come to the United States where women are listened to.
He's like, listen to your father. Don't listen to women.
Right. Listen to your father. I'm your father substitute. Substitute father. Because his real father and mother don't want him to get married either.
No, I think they're sketched out by the whole thing, as they kind of should be.
Yeah, because now we know. I mean, look at this. I mean, how long has he been talking to her online? Not that long, because she's only 23. So this wasn't going on 5 years. I want to say like a
year. Yeah, maybe a year and a half.
Not long.
Crazy. Yeah.
I thought originally they were going to make it.
Look at him, though. He's in Ghana,
Oh, God. That takes a lot of guts to do what he did.
Let's go next to Sonny and Vea.
Ugh.
We didn't see much of them, thank God.
Thank God.
I'm
sick of them. But she is not going to send Rory home. And then, oh, no, Sonny, I choose you. It was almost like Pokemon. I choose you.
Exactly.
Sonny. And then, there was another Pokemon. We'll talk about that in a minute. The Playboy Joe. She said, I choose you. That she wants to hear him say that with a ring.
I didn't know there were so many Pokemon fans on this show.
But did you see that?
I didn't notice it like that.
Oh, my God. How could you miss that?
That's funny.
Oh, my God. I choose you. I want you to say, I choose you, and we'll get engaged, and then I'll have sex with you. Well, how are we going to know if we're compatible if we don't have sex?
That pretzel shop. Yeah. Oh, my God. The jokes he was making. I was like, dude, like, come on.
I know. He's very immature for 34.
Yeah.
Isn't he 34 and she's only 23?
Is that it? She's 23. I mean, she's crazy. Like, she has so many red flags written all over her, and he's just, like, hanging around. He didn't, like, vet her at all. I mean, he actually kind of knew what he was getting into, but he didn't know.
She told him. She said, we're not going to have sex. But she loves him. She says she loves him. And she doesn't want to even sleep with him in the same bed. I don't know.
She's got like trust issues from her last relationship. She just feels like a basket case.
And she's only 23.
Yeah, I mean, that was your first clue. She was just able to legally drink.
Yeah, and she knows that that he's been sleeping with other people. And she's pissed. But
we haven't even talked about the craziest thing with her mom.
Which is?
That she was wearing a ring on her hand so that guys wouldn't talk to her. Did you get that part?
Yeah, I did hear that.
That's wild.
Well, she thinks she is, in love with this guy, and she doesn't want other guys hitting on her. She's very cute, Sam.
I mean, she's all right, but like...
I gotta tell you the truth, Sam. I have to wear a ring, too, like that.
Me too. All the time, Mom. Everywhere I go, it's...
I know.
It's insane.
It's awful being us,
They won't leave me alone. Yeah.
Same here. I mean, I can't travel by myself anymore because, I don't know who I'm going to meet. I have to be careful everywhere I go and put that ring on.
I know. Uber's nowhere safe.
Nowhere.
Anything else we want to talk about with Joe and Magda or Magna or whatever her name is?
No, it's just going to be interesting. And this is why we see they've had to pull in other couples because they're falling off quick.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know how many of these are even going to make it to next week.
I know. I think there's like 2 episodes left. So they're just hanging on for dear life. Because the last 3 that we have left are all dumpster fires. And let's start with probably the most promising of the 3, which is Loren and Faith.
I don't know.
He just asked to marry her mom. What don't you know?
Well, have they kissed yet? Did I see her kiss him? I felt like I did. She's never had a boyfriend, and they're going to have to go to Thailand to get married. That's plan A. Plan B, he'll marry the mom to stay there. I mean, he just wants to stay there.
I love that every time he told plan A, he was like, all right, so do you want to hear plan B? Why did he even pitch plan B?
I don't know, because she hasn't decided if she'll marry him.
He's with her fam, and he's like, all right, so that's plan A. Now are you guys ready for plan B?
And the mother says, I'm too old for you. What does the mother think? This is going to be a real marriage? No. I'm too old for you. Well, you're too young for me, darling. And I'm thinking, this isn't a real marriage, Faith's mom. This is a fake marriage. Oh, my God. But that was her first comment. You're too young for me.
That's the only thing holding her back. That's the reason.
That's the reason. Otherwise, I'll steal you from my daughter. It was crazy. Crazy.
Yeah.
And the food, the melon with the salted shrimp on it. Ugh.
He just eats anything. Good on him. He just puts it in his mouth. He
doesn't have any money, so he's just going along to get along.
That's so. Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
Chicken intestines. I don't know if I could have done it or not.
I couldn't even. You've flown to the Philippines. I wouldn't go there either. Too far.
Yeah, you have a very short list of where you would go.
Yeah.
Mostly the East Coast.
New Jersey.
Yeah. Oh, I also love the karaoke. They were doing Christmas karaoke at Faith's house.
Yeah, and they have to be done by 10 o'clock. That's a law, because then you're disturbing other people.
Mom, it's crazy. Karaoke in the Philippines, it's they're all world-class singers. And also, I didn't see it much personally, but they're obsessed with Christmas. They start Christmas in July or something crazy.
Oh my God.
So the fact that they were doing Christmas karaoke was just so on brand.
That is so funny. And when I was watching, I thought, well, why don't we have a karaoke machine? We could hook it up to our big TV and we could all sing.
Yeah, the wedding I went to.
They're singing it in English. Jingle bells in English.
Yeah. No, the wedding I went to, none of them spoke English, but you put a karaoke machine in front of them, they're the best English singer you've ever heard. It was something else. It was crazy.
So you had karaoke at the reception?
Yeah. They don't do DJs. Everybody just gets up and does karaoke. And everyone just sits there and watches the one person.
Oh, so one person at a time? Not like last night where they're all singing it?
No, it's legit.